Hey, what's up, everybody? Cave Sessions here. Wednesday, 7:31, featuring the Joe Cagle Band. We got Joe and Jim live in the studio for you today.
Chillin' at Cave Sessions.
What is up, everyone? Good to see you. Sorry we missed you last week. I had a birthday. I'm another year older. 42 years old.
42, happy birthday.
They tell you when you get to 40, you start hurting. They weren't lying. Stuff starts falling apart. You pull muscles rolling over in the bed, all kind of stuff. It's rough, man, getting old. But I had a really great birthday. Lots of good friends taking care of me and all that.
It's good times.
And, yeah, absolutely. So we're glad to be back. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, hanging out with us. We thank you so much. And we are very close to... We are very close to 800 followers, which is really awesome because just I think 2 weeks ago we had just hit 700. So we appreciate all the love and support. Share this, and share all the local music stuff. What else you got over there, Mike?
Quickly, I want to mention the Women in Music coming up.
Yes,
that's going to be here at the middle of August, and in a week or two, I think it's actually next week, we're going to have Judy Allison, who's doing a lot of that coordinating,
and maybe someone else. I think someone else is coming in with that too with her. So yeah, I believe they are on the show next Wednesday talking about women in music. There is a full calendar and schedule. There's a full schedule. There's another poster besides the one I'm showing here. It's a full schedule. We'll share that on our Cave Sessions page, but it tells you where everybody's going to be at. And what it is there are events all over the area for that weekend highlighting women in music. This does not mean only women show up. Everybody show up and hear these talented, beautiful, awesome women that create wonderful music in our area and support all these shows. Go out and check them out. Support this event.
Right. So that's going to be starting Thursday, August 15th, going through Sunday, August 18th. And Saturday morning, there is a huge brunch that Judy is doing that we want to tell everybody about.
Sidetracks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're going to be featuring that on the show.
On the brunch. All the different events are listed on that other flyer. This thing is presented by Star 99.1. You can find more info at downtownhuntsville.org/Women in Music Weekend HSV 2019. The hashtag is #Women in Music HSV, and that's Thursday, August 15th through Sunday, August 18th.
That's
It's going to be a great weekend of wonderful music and all that.
Super great weekend. Last thing we quickly want to mention, Brian would like to talk about Cave Sessions. Part of our name's a throwback to Huntsville having over 200 caves. Originally, we were Cave City.
In the area around here, there's like 242 documented caves in the area. And so the original idea for the show, and we'll get into that more, we're going to have a show about this, but the original name for Huntsville was Cave City. Before it was the Rocket City, it was Cave City. I have an artist friend of mine out of Knoxville, Tennessee, DJ Connect. He's actually taking care of some artwork, and we've been going back and forth with him, and it's going to be really awesome. And so if there's anyone out there that is a historian that really knows about the caves, when we release our new logo, which is going to be, from what we've seen, is going to be pretty freaking awesome. So there'll be merch following that and all that good stuff. But we would love to get, if anybody has a connection, knows anybody that really knows the history of the caves and the history of Huntsville being called Cave City, we would love to either reach out to those people on a phone call on the show or get them actually in the studio here and talk about that.
Yeah, and reach out to us beforehand. We just shared our info, 256-384-TUNE, T-U-N-E. That's 256-384-8863, or email us at focuscavesessions@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you and get you plugged in on that show.
Right on. So right now we are about to make this transition. We have the Joe Cagle Band in the house today. We got Joe and Jim hanging out with us, going to share some music with us. We're going to make this transition, and we will be right back at you. right, here we go, everybody. Joe Cagle Band in the house.
What's up, guys? I'm Joe.
And I'm Jim.
This is Jim on the saxophone. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. This first tune we're going to do is called Old Jim. It's on Spotify and iTunes and all that good stuff. Look it up, Joe Cagle, Old Jim. But here we go. Wasting time with mountain wine, born in a holler with a long beard and a blue collar. Oh, with a blue collar. Sturdy as an oak, with a pack full of smokes, a man named Jim, and the guy that cleansed his sins. Oh, he cleansed his sins. Old Jim's running through the valley. Old Jim's running from the law. He never runs on empty, and he won't get caught. No, he won't get caught. That mountain wine, you call it moonshine, born in the fountains of those American mountains. Those American mountains. Old Jim's running through the valley, and old Jim's running from the law. He never runs on empty, and he won't get caught. No, he won't get Appreciate that. So, on to the next. This one's called New Home. It's kind of a driving song. give lead guitarist Judson Murphy credit for the that little progression.
That's correct.
There. You got to give him credit for that one. Shout out to Judson. He's having to work late. One more for you guys. This was actually a newer one. We're going to test it out soon, but this one's called Postcards. Hope you like it. Postcards of me and you. Lady Liberty is in view. Snowstorm in Central Park. So grab a seat on the subway car. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Postcards of me and you. New Orleans jazz for two. The Mississippi River's flowing, and Gulf breeze is warm and blowing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I fill my head, I fill it with you. Oh, when I fill my head, I fill it with you. Yeah, when I fill my head, I fill it with you. And all these postcard memories of me and you. Postcards of me and you. New year and a new love too. Make love and sleep the night. And give a toast to the morning light. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I fill my head, I fill it with you. Oh, when I fill my head, when I fill it with you. Yeah, when I fill my head, I fill it with you. And all these postcard memories of me and you. Oh, of me and you. Me and you.
Oh, yeah. Give it up for the Joe Cagle Band. All right, y'all. We are going to transition, and we'll be right back with you with an interview with these guys. Thank you. Stick around. We'll be right back with you. right, everybody. We are back with the Joe Cagle Band. Good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great performance.
That really, man, sounded awesome. And me, whenever I play with a horn player, and I've actually got to play with you at the Blues Jam before.
Yeah, you did, man.
But anytime I hear the horns, man, a big grin comes over my face, man. So that was really sweet, and it sounded really, really good. And we appreciate you guys sharing with us, man.
Absolutely.
And I
hanging out with us.
want to give you a compliment. I haven't really had a chance to hear you guys play. Man, I love those originals. Those are great originals.
Thank you.
And that acoustic performance, the horn was a great compliment to your songs.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
I've always heard it. Always heard the horn on my songs, and it just kind of finally worked out to where this nice
Where it
gentleman
happened.
decided to start playing with this thing.
Which we're going to get into quickly. Let's talk about a show you got coming up
Yeah.
this weekend so people can know, and then we're going to talk a little bit about your history. So that's at the camp,
Yeah.
Saturday, 8 the 3rd, 7 to 10, and just posted a link to that so you guys can get the event. Please share the event. Even if you
Yes.
can't go, say you're interested.
Please.
It shows and shares with other people. Even if you can't make it, shares it with your friends.
Yes. Anytime you like and share on social media, it spreads the word. So if you can't even make it to the show,
Yeah.
support local music in that way. If that's the only little way you can support it by liking and sharing, following stuff like this. We try to feature good music for you guys to listen to and just support these guys we have coming in here. And if you can't go to their event, like and share it for sure.
That's right. We want to give a quick shout out to Ben Job and Spice Radio. We just shared their info because Spice Radio is actually going to be doing a recording and a broadcast of this.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, Joe.
Yeah, they're gonna. Back in May, we did a show downtown Gunnersville, and we had Ben and the Spice Guys come and record it for us, and we were able to kind of get that out. We've got a few of those on YouTube and one on Facebook. Did a great job as they always do, and they're going to come back to the camp this Saturday night, record it live for us, but also stream it. So there's another
Recording
thing.
live and streaming.
So if you
Awesome.
can't make it to the show, tune in for the stream.
Right.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, we're excited about that. They've been really easy to work with, as I'm sure you guys know. Ben and those guys do a great job, and we like to think that each live show that we do is a little bit different. I kind of swap up the set list and all that good stuff. So
Oh, that's great.
we like for our live shows to kind of be something different, something that you don't normally get to see that much of. So hopefully, when we get more of these shows recorded, and we can start building a good repertoire as a live band. That's kind of where we want to go with it.
Right. And we were just talking about that real quick. We shared their info. Joe Cagle Band. This is Joe Cagle and Jim Beck, the sax player. They do have a full-piece band. You can see on the pictures we shared earlier, most of the guys in the band. We want to let you know they're out of Gunnersville. And we were just discussing that. It's hard for bands to get notoriety outside of their own city, and these guys are really trying to play Huntsville a lot, get some notoriety here, which they have. And I've seen they just played Moe's Downtown. They're going to keep booking that one.
Yep.
They're doing this camp gig coming up. I see you play out in Gunnersville a lot.
Yeah.
What's the venue there you do a lot?
It's called the Brick, and
Brick.
then we also do it's a place called 412. It's downtown as well. In fact, Jim and I we're playing there tomorrow night.
In fact,
Nice.
Yep. In fact, so we play there. But there's a nice downtown.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Where's that
Gunnersville-
venue at tomorrow?
If you go,
Sorry.
it's off of Taylor Street in Gunnersville. If anybody's familiar with Gunnersville, you get to the red light where the courthouse is.
Yeah.
Take a right, then take your immediate left up this alley, and you'll see the people.
Gunnersville's a
Following
beautiful area, so it's
Yeah,
worth
it is.
traveling for the show. I know it just got
It is.
voted the number 2 place for fishing in the country.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. The short ride to Gunnersville to hear some good music right there
Absolutely.
by the water. Hey, there
Absolutely.
you go. Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Very nice, very nice. Well, tell us a little bit about you guys, about your history, and then going into where Jim joined the band. I know you said you looked for a sax player and was blessed to find him.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how it all got started.
Yeah. So about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now.
has it been that long?
Yeah. Well, yeah. we were. It's hard to believe that we did an EP in Gunnersville with it's called Cellar Studios in Gunnersville, and they're still rocking and rolling. They do a great job, and we did an EP with them back in May of 2016, and it's on Spotify. It's Joe Cagle Dogwoods. It's not Joe Cagle Band, but it's Joe Cagle Dogwoods. It's on Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. So go check it out. That's kind of where the band started, and it's me, Judson Murphy, Kevin Kinnemer's on the drums, and then you got Tim Dixon playing bass. And that group, we've been playing together for quite a while. And I always knew I wanted to add something else. And then the stars just kind of aligned, and I actually know Jim's better half really well. Sydney is her name. And she kept sharing these videos of Jim playing saxophone. And I was like, this guy's awesome. So I'm going to holler at Sydney and see why she keeps sharing videos. She's like, well, that's my boyfriend. I was like, okay, well, does he want to play saxophone with us? And luckily for us, he said yes. And I keep joking with people and saying we finally have a professional in the band, thank God.
Oh, come on. Let's not lie completely about it.
So I mean, Jim's jumped right in, and
Yeah, I've jammed with Jim at several blues mics. Yeah, you are a very professional, very good sax player. Him and another trumpet player do this little medley, and they go back and forth. Very good about knowing when to play, when not to play, and how to accompany music. And I think, man, you guys did a great job with that. A lot of sax players could overplay here and there, but, man, you did a great job of plugging in the notes here and there, not overdoing the vocals, and then taking the leads at the right spot. That was a great job.
Oh, man, I enjoyed it, too, man. I was surprised to see your face when I walked in here today and went, man, I know both these cats.
Yeah, that's right. We both jammed with you. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your background of how you started doing sax and all that, too, Jim.
Oh, wow. My mother wouldn't let me play football.
Okay.
So she said, join the band or find something else to do. So she took me to a music store, and I remember I said, I like that shiny thing. Is that a clarinet or something? She said, no, it's a saxophone. I said, well, that looks good. I'll take that. And that's kind of how I started. And,
that's awesome.
9th grade, something like that.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Always one of the instruments. If I ever pick up a second one, that's one I've always wanted to do. That Pink Floyd live album, The Pulse, when they have the sax player play on that, man.
Oh, yeah.
God, that just made me want to do it.
So my story is a little different. I was born in Huntsville. I went to Huntsville High my freshman year, 9th grade. For a moment, and then I transferred to Section High School. It was a little country town.
I know where that's at.
And it was different. I got asked to prom my first week of school, and then all the guys wanted me to play football, but I was already in the band, man. I was in the band at middle school. I was a drummer. I was all about the marching band. I didn't want to play football, so I got a lot of flack for not being on the football team.
Because you're a big dude. They needed you.
They needed me.
Same here, man.
And I didn't want nothing to do with it. I wanted to play those drums, man.
Same here. I'm like 6'4". The coaches are like, hey.
Yeah,
come on, you got to join. It's kind of like a duty at this point.
Right. Mama says no.
Mama said no.
Foosball's for the devil.
I didn't have that problem. There was no coaches recruiting the 5'7", 100-pound kid.
We need another wide receiver or DB. Come on, Joe.
I'm gonna play receiver.
Safety.
Run me over the middle. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Awesome.
Well, man, once again, I really enjoyed those tunes. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your musical influences? We were talking about that earlier.
Oh man, I mean, Dave Matthews is the reason I picked the guitar up. Discovered the Central Park concert on DVD and became unhealthily obsessed with it. I had to do that. So I picked the acoustic up, and that's kind of where it all happened. I started writing my own songs when I was 16, 17.
Oh, great.
So I've been writing for a really, really long time, and saxophone is always something that I wanted.
Yeah, especially if you're a Dave fan. Oh man, that band around him just makes the band.
Oh yeah, and I'm also like a really big Southern rock guy.
Yeah.
Love Allman Brothers.
I love Allman Brothers
Stannard.
too. I could hear some Panic influence a little bit in there.
Big Widespread Panic fan. I
could
love
hear
Widespread Panic. And in fact, after we played in Gunnersville, I had a guy that had never seen us before. I'd never really even met him. He came up to me and he said, "I love what you guys do. You guys are like the Allman Brothers and Dave Matthews Band had a head-on crash." And I was like, I will take that.
That's a good compliment.
I will definitely take that, because that's kind of Judson on lead guitar. He's a very Southern rock, bluesy kind of guitarist. So when these two get to going together,
a great dynamic and a great duo there.
And I mean, we've only played together for like a few months now, and him and Judson have such a great rapport together on stage. They do a really good job of talking back and forth, and that's what I like when it comes to jams. I think a lot of jam bands nowadays that are coming up I'm sorry, they're kind of missing the point.
Right.
You're supposed to have a conversation with each other. It's not just about one person having a solo for 4 minutes.
Right.
So when we do jam, we want it to go somewhere. It's a part of the song for a reason, where it's not just watch this 5-minute solo.
It builds up, and like, yes, it's a conversation, and that's great when you can find a band where nobody's looking for the spotlight to take
Right.
it all the time, but you're all great, and you all know how to share it and make the song complete. That's really what
Right.
completes the song.
Yeah, the original 4 of us, we've always done a good job of being able to do that. We've always given each other space to do whatever we want to, and then, we add Jim, and he's on the same level with. I mean,
Just
he's right
fit
there
right
on the
in.
same page with us. So
You guys are a 5-piece.
yeah.
Tell us the other guys in the band again that couldn't make it today.
So you got Tim Dixon on bass, who I have known since 2010, and I like to refer to Tim as my spirit animal. I love Tim Dixon to death. I love that guy. Then you got Judson Murphy on lead guitar. Actually grew up 3 houses down from Judson, so we've known each other for forever. And then Kevin Kinnemer on drums, phenomenal drummer. So. And then Jim. So we've been together. I don't know. We've been playing together for 4 years.
Right.
Been playing together for a long time, and then so I think that helped. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Jim,
Hey, don't speak for me.
but I can only imagine that it had to help you a little bit to jump in with a band that the other 4 already knew what they were doing.
Oh, it's
Does that make
fabulous.
any sense?
Oh, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it's just much rougher starting out with everyone, helter-skelter all over the place with
Yeah.
no format, no idea.
Right.
You guys were already fully formed, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was real easy, man.
We all kind of know each other, and
Right, it was like taking a race car already built and just tossing in some nitro on
Right.
it, right? And that thing's just flying. Right?
we just took the restrictor plates off.
Oh, I do want to plug. I want to keep talking about you guys and your history, but I do want to mention our whole cave we were mentioning
Yeah.
once again. If anybody knows about the cave history of Huntsville, please contact us. Our info's there,
Yeah.
256-384-TUNE or focuscavesessions@gmail.com. But Joe's been in a cave.
Yes.
You actually went in the one downtown that you have to go through a manhole. to
And
get
the
to,
one
right?
downtown, yeah. So I used to
And
work.
nobody try that, by the way.
No.
You have to have permission to go in that hole. You will be arrested if you try to get in there.
Listen, from experience, you
Yeah.
will either be arrested or severely injured.
Yeah.
You're not getting in there without something happening to you. So I was working for the Arab Tribune, the newspaper in Arab at the time, and there's an engineer from Arab who's actually on the city council, and they go under there about twice a year. I don't know what it is, but they go under there and they check those support caissons that actually support the courthouse.
Oh, right.
And they're buried in that bedrock downtown. And there's a cave that goes up under there, and they're actually able to go up under there and check them. Well, this guy, I don't know what he called up my editor. I was like, hey, you think Joe would want to go with me? And, of course, my editor, Charles Wisnat, you'd have to know him. Of course, he was like, yeah, he'll go. So I
Just
go.
got thrown right in there.
I show up to this
Have you
thing.
done any spelunking before that?
No.
Dangerous.
No.
So we go.
Cathedral Caverns is my history of spelunking.
Been in a cave.
And that's what I was imagining when I showed up to do this. And I show up and I'm in downtown Huntsville. I'm like, what are we doing? That little manhole there, and you see where they're hoisting people in. That's where you're going. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's not Cathedral Caverns. It is you have to be an experienced.
Yeah.
We actually went with the Huntsville Cave Rescue Team.
Okay.
Is who took us, and I was on one of them's hip the entire time.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, there's points you're crawling.
Yeah.
I mean, there's points you can't stand up.
Now, I don't know if this
And there's
is
a
true.
ton of water in there, right?
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
not really a cave that anybody watching this would really want to go jump into.
I didn't even make it to the caissons.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to one point, and the water was to here.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the guide said, "Oh yeah, when you get in here, tilt your head up so you can breathe." And I said, "I'm gonna wait right here."
Hey, you do that, though.
I went
Yeah.
no further.
I'll see you in a minute.
I went no further. But it's super cool to think that kind of cave network is under
Yeah,
there.
it's
So,
crazy. People don't realize
Yeah.
it, but Huntsville was the cave city
Yeah.
before it was the rocket city.
Yeah.
And in this area, there's a story I got somewhere. We can post it later. I think it was on AL.com, but there's like 242 documented caves in this area.
Yeah.
They're
Wow,
just
that's
all over
crazy.
under the city. They're under 565.
Oh, yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
A little bit
nuts.
of folklore about that. I don't know if this is true, but I always heard back in the day somebody robbed that bank and escaped through that cave.
No.
I was about to say, I doubt it's true, but that is folklore.
Jesse
wouldn't doubt
James'
it.
brother was tried here in Huntsville, and that's kind of where that story spun off from.
So it's a spin-off.
So that never really happened. From what I've read on Huntsville Revisited on the Facebook,
Right.
they've actually been posting about that recently. But yeah, Jesse James did not escape out that little door by the fountain at Big Spring Park. That never happened. But his brother was on trial here at back in the day. So there is some similarities to that story that are actually really true.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
So anybody knows any details, feel free to contact us and
if we're wrong, always tell us we're wrong. We don't mind admitting that.
And
we're
I'll
wrong.
tell you what, I wrote a whole story about it, and it's still on the Arab Tribune website
nice.
archives. I'll share it with you guys. And y'all
Oh, cool.
Y'all
Please
can
Post
do.
it, yeah.
put it up.
Please do. We'll share it.
Link it to this if there's.
I wrote it more of like a column, like a "Oh my God, I'm gonna die" kind of column. Not because I'm serious. There was a few points where I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do
Yeah.
this. But
I would have been out right there at least if not
the
before. I'd have
water
been
to
done.
the neck, and then the roof right here above your head. And y'all have fun.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
good.
I'm
good.
chilling right here. I have seen enough. Yeah.
Let's get back talking a little bit about you guys while we got you on the air. Why don't y'all just tell us a little bit about, your passion for music, what inspires you to write songs, a little bit about, why you do it as a musician. We all have our reasons.
Jim, take that one first.
Oh, thanks.
Why you do what you do.
Why you
Let me
do
get
what
my
you
notes
do.
out. I'll come on just a second.
I'm talking enough.
I don't know. For me, you really don't have a choice. I don't know. I've done legitimate work for the government, done all this other stuff, but I always played music. Finally, about 10 years, about 13 years ago, had enough work that I could completely quit the legitimate world and have enough gigs to do the music stuff. And it's not work. It's all fun.
Yeah,
It's
That's
all
right.
fun. Waiting around, the sweat and all that fun stuff. It's all fun.
Yeah, it's like a lot of it's hard work,
Yeah.
but like the middle when you're actually doing it, it's like carrying gear upstairs, and you're just drenched in sweat, and you're like, God, what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
As soon as you start playing, you're like, sweet.
That's it. An old musician.
People don't realize the work that it takes
Nope.
to get there and to be there, and people I don't think appreciates that sometimes.
No.
Like it's a lot, and we do it because we love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a part of that music survey that the city of Huntsville did, there is the majority of musicians have to have a day job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
For those guys that get to do it full time, that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Like to be able to do what you love full time. But if you can't do it full time, keep doing what you love, man.
That's what-
I mean,
Still always
what
do
we're
it
all
as a hobby.
chasing. Let's get real. That's what
Yeah.
we're all chasing.
So we're all
trying to do
chasing.
it full time, and I've been playing since I was 15, 16, and until I met my wife, and now we have twin, almost 4-year-old boys.
Oh, wow.
So until I met her, and until I had my boys, looking back, it was a lot of selfishness on why I was playing.
Right.
Now, there's this whole other motivational aspect that I get up every morning, for them, to support them, and she supports me 100%, and
Right.
that's a
now
blessing.
that's huge right there.
That's a blessing when you have a significant. Jim does too. When you have a significant other that supports you like that, it's huge because they realize kind of what the passion is, and I really do. I do it for them, for my wife and my.
you said
two
they're
boys,
both 4 years old.
Or almost 4. They're
I
both
remember
4 in
my
December.
son. My son's 14, and
Yeah.
that stage between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
he was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah. And listen, anybody that's watching that doesn't have kids yet, and you think you're gonna be miserable when they're 2, no,
Nah.
3.
Yes,
Between 3 and 4. Good Lord.
That-
You want to talk about testing your capability of patience.
that first time they scale the pack and play is brutal.
Yeah, that's when
That's when you got to keep your eyes
kind
on.
of when you realize, okay, things are about to change drastically.
Got to test your limits on everything. Speaking about what, we all do it for love. When you're talking about loading the equipment, old musician Ray Brand, a lot of people watching this will remember that guy. He's one of the best blues guitarists I've ever played with or ever known. He
I knew
played
the
with
guy
Cross.
personally.
Yeah, me
I
as
did
well.
some studio work
So
with him.
a friend of mine, it was his father. I'd known Ray a long time. I started learning a little bit of blues when I started learning guitar around 19. Great guy, great guitar player. He told me when we were sitting around having drinks one time after jamming, he goes, well, you know why they pay you, right? It's not to play. It's to haul your crap in and out. That's why they pay it.
Absolutely. I've always said too, the pinnacle of being successful, and even if you want to call it famous, would be that feeling of just walking on stage and just putting your guitar on and playing. To me, that's like
It's when you know you made it,
that's
right?
that's the
That's
going to
be the moment for you when you know that you made it. Everybody has that moment for them.
When you walk out and you're like, whoa, I didn't set anything up. Of course, I guarantee you Judson's watching this right now screaming, you don't set anything up anyway, Joe. I promise you he is. I promise you he
Hey,
is.
drummers do all the work, man. I'm just
Right.
saying that.
Shout out to the
Judson-
drummers. Shout out to the
Judson-
drummers.
Judson
the
does
drummers.
all the work for us. Tim does, because they're both gear nerds.
Yeah.
Judson and Tim are gear nerds.
Yeah.
They'll sit and fiddle with something for God knows how long. But
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a
you got to
gear-
have them. You got to have them in the band.
I'm a gear
Right.
nerd. I get it.
You do.
You do.
And you say, hey, at least you're a guitar player too, so you probably haul
Show
some
up.
stuff. You know, most singers, they carry their mic case. They're like, hey guys, I did my part.
I show up with my guitar.
Plug my
and
mic up and I'm good.
I show up with my guitar, and I hopefully have a pick.
Yeah, and I'm very
kind of-
shout out to Robert Norman, my singer. I'm very blessed. He's a drummer as well, and teaches drum lessons, Guitar Center, singer. He is one of the only singers I've ever worked with that will help everybody haul their crap in and out. So shout out to you, man.
That's amazing.
I appreciate you. You're
That is-
you're a
that is
diamond in the rough,
impressive.
my friend.
Yes,
Diamond
sir.
in the rough.
Where does he work?
Yeah.
Really? That's amazing.
That happens?
Yeah, I know.
So once again, we want to mention this Saturday for anybody that just tuned in. I know it's got a lot of viewers. These guys are playing at the camp is the name of it. It is the third Saturday from 7 to 10. Spice Radio will be there recording and live broadcasting. So if you guys can get out, help them make that an awesome recording, get them
Yeah.
some good fan response, that would be much
Yeah,
appreciated.
you can be a part of a live recording of a
Yeah,
local
that's Saturday.
band.
And another thing too, if you haven't been to the camp yet,
It's awesome.
I don't know what you're waiting on.
Super awesome. Pet friendly, by the way. It is
Chicken,
pet
the
friendly.
chicken and waffles are dope.
Right. Yeah. It's just such a neat. To me, I just got to give a shout out to the city of Huntsville. Period. They're doing so many neat things with so many different venues. I mean, the Stove House too. If
Yeah.
you've not checked
Yeah.
the Stove House out, wow.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, me and Brian just went there the other week on his
Yeah.
birthday, actually.
Yeah, we
we
need
took
to
him out
post
for
those
lunch.
pictures.
We got some pictures we're going to post. If you guys haven't had a chance to see that, we got to go out and check out a bunch of the things. Went to the little rooftop thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of cool shots of that we're going to
It's
share for y'all.
nuts, man.
I don't know if y'all were a part of the music meetings that the city, with along with Muscle Souls, did a music survey. Had this company come in, and there was this music scene's been around here for a long time, so there was some heated stuff going on, and the city just looked and they're like, "All right, guys, look, we get it. The reason we're here is because we know we haven't done it right. We know we were one. There's like 20 something cities now, I think, that signed on to try to become music cities, but Huntsville was the first one doing this process with them, and they did this survey, and they had all the musicians come in. They're like, "Look, we haven't got it right, but we want to change like noise ordinances, because right now the police have to go up and they have to follow the law on the
Right,
books.
yeah.
So they're interested, and there's so many cool venues. Like I could go on and on about the stuff that's coming up. The 7-2,
Yeah.
where people can collaborate. The lots of new venues, just lots of cool stuff happening. But basically, the city as a municipality is like, if you build your apartment complex next to a music district, it's your responsibility to put the right soundproofing on there for
Right.
your tenants, and the music's
Right.
going to be playing.
Yeah.
And they've embraced music. They keep calling it. They want it to be an incubator for music in this
Yeah.
area, and Huntsville absolutely to become a music city. So for the city that I was born and raised in, I feel blessed to be born in the United States, and I feel blessed to be born in Huntsville. And for this city that I love so much to invest in music, I mean, I'm sure everything won't be perfect,
Right.
But for them to be focused on that, I think is a huge deal. And I'm
Totally agree.
really
I totally
excited
agree.
about it.
Because like a lot of musicians have been around here for a long time, and we will always tell you, Huntsville has always had a music scene. It's been there.
Yes.
And the problem is not the music scene that we've done. It's been great. It's that a lot of the people in the area that don't support it, don't know how to support it. Public transportation, y'all keep in mind, these are the things they're trying to fix. Let's not fight them. Let's help them. Let's help them make it better.
Topic there
you know?
too, and they've already. I saw a couple weeks ago they're changing the public transportation schedule to better fit the nightlife and stuff like that.
That's right.
And they voted a new district over there by the Stove House in Campus 805, a new entertainment district where you can travel around with your purple cups and all that. So lots of good stuff happening.
And
That's
I have to brag on Gunnersville too.
Yes.
The mayor and the city council in Gunnersville, Mayor Lee Dollar is her name, and the city council in the past 5-6 years, they have done a fantastic job of doing the same thing, entertainment district around downtown, to where it's much more geared towards that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we feel like we can. I don't know. We feel like we can go into these places in Guntersville and play our own stuff because we have people there that want to be there. They want to be out, and Huntsville's. I don't know who's following. Probably Guntersville following Huntsville's lead, which is great. Because who does, like you said earlier, who wouldn't want to cruise down the highway to Guntersville for a night?
Right.
Right.
And there's a huge new development, Guntersville. I don't know if you saw that, but Guntersville announced a
Oh, yeah.
huge the
City harbor.
Yeah, the City Harbor development.
gonna be
It's
fantastic.
going to be pretty amazing with the
gonna be
very cool. I've
entertainment
not heard of
district
that.
in there.
It's gonna
and
be great.
Living
Yeah.
mixed, like everybody else is doing, mixed living, mixed hotels,
Right.
and mixed entertainment and restaurant kind of district that they're doing right off the side of the water there.
Which is
It's
great
gonna be
because
pretty
everybody likes
awesome.
to go fishing down there. Let's be honest. Fishing,
Yeah.
cabins, grass, the best spot around to go fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, hey, if I can go down there for a weekend, I can camp and I can catch out some good bands in a good little venue. Man,
Yeah.
I'm all about
For
it.
sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's perfect. Yeah.
So
And
real
there'd be a
quick,
little something besides top of the river down there.
that's
Yeah,
right. It's something
exactly.
else. Something else.
Which we all love top of the river, but
That's right. Well, one thing me and Brian always like to ask, shout out, we got this question
Yes.
from the great
Dan Rather, right?
Dan Rathers. This is
we-
totally shout out to Dan Rathers.
Yeah, shout out to Dan Rather. He does a great interview, and he always ends on this question, which is there something that you would like to share with us that we did not ask you?
Yeah, something we should have asked you that we didn't ask you.
Yep.
Ask
It's a
Jim
tough
first.
question, but it's a good question.
That is a tough
That's
question.
anything you got
Well, it's just
coming up.
anything we
Just
did- we
anything
didn't
you guys
mention.
want to share that we didn't mention.
Yeah. Event, something personal, can be anything.
I think for me, and I'll let Jim speak for himself, but for me,
Thanks again.
I would I would just like to send out a verbal, let everybody in Huntsville know that we want to play here. We want to be part of this. What's happening in Huntsville, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited to see other people come in. So I guess my thing is to everybody that's booking and everybody that's getting bands in to come in Huntsville, be open to people who aren't. Just because they're
Weren't born here.
Right.
just
or just because
because
you're not
they're-
a Huntsville local because you're
just
from
because
Guntersville.
their band
give you
bio
a chance.
says they're from Guntersville, that
That's
doesn't
right.
mean it doesn't mean that they're not any good.
That's right. And that's part of the reason why we doing this show and bring you guys in.
Right,
I
and
think you guys
I
proved
appreciate
today
it.
you're damn well 100% good enough to
Man.
play with any band that plays in
And-
town. So if
and-
you guys have a similar sound, you're our friends watching this, hit these guys up on the Joe Cagle Band
Yeah,
site.
please.
The info's there on the feed. Send them a message
Yeah.
about booking. They'd love to come and open for your band. Give them a chance.
We have a really diverse music community here in Huntsville and
Yeah.
really in the area. And there's something I don't know if you guys know about, and I'll go ahead and give Judy Allison a shout out. She does a lot of work behind the scene, not just for her band, but for everybody in the area. And we have a really diverse music community, and we have these music meetings the first Monday of every month.
Yeah.
It's Purple 19.
Purple 19.
Our topic this month is going to be copywriting. So there's usually
Interesting.
someone that comes in and talks to it and covers stuff. So it's really an evening of us musicians and people in the industry
Right.
getting together and so I think if you join us for one
Yeah.
of those meetings, man, it would
I would love
definitely
to, because-
definitely bring you into and network, because I'm excited about everybody getting together, all these different genres getting together
Yeah.
and having those meetings every month. Because when you bring all these different talented people in whatever genre together, there's no telling what type of music. We might even come up with our own genre
Yeah.
here in Huntsville. Someone told me call it potluck genre.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no telling, but I think the closer that we get as a community and together and just
I agree.
support each other, it's like that Seattle thing that they did
Yes.
back in the day when grunge
Yes.
took off. Everybody was just supporting everybody and helping each other and support the scene. It's not, and that's why my friend told me the other day that I talk about Josh and Judy Allison a lot. I do. I realize this. I do, and that's because they support our community so much, and they do so much not just for them.
Yeah.
They do so much to bring us all together. So I do. I mean, I love those guys, and I love what they do for our music community. So that Purple 19 Music Biz Mondays, look that up on Facebook. If you're in
First
music
Monday
at
of
all,
every month.
first Monday of every month. If you're involved in music in any way, it's a good time.
And-
Come out and hang out with us. It's a good time.
And to do a class about copywriting is great because you got so many people that are like, let's get something recorded and get it on iTunes. And you're like, okay, well, here's step 1 through 30 before you get that
Yeah,
done.
you got to copyright. You need to get on BMI or ASCAP. I mean, there's a step. So you guys come out and join us.
There's a book
Get educated.
that we learned. We did one on publishing and copywriting last year, and there's a book that came up in that sounds a little cheesy, but it is everything you need to know about the music business, and it's a very good book. And what I learned from that meeting is creating music isn't just about having a talent. Creating music the music business is worse than filing your taxes. It is super complicated. There is so much stuff that you have to know and learn. It is a business, and if you don't know it, you're not ever going to go anywhere with it. So to have these meetings and have people that have dealt with different things to share their knowledge, and for all of us being in the room sharing our knowledge together, it's just a really cool thing, man. I invite you both, and I hope you come hang out with us for that.
Thank you.
I
appreciate the
So Jim, don't think we didn't forget about you. What was the one thing that you'd like to mention we didn't ask you?
Oh, I played with a bunch of. I love Joe, and Joe is my priority right now. I'll tell you, he's working me hard.
Listen
telling
to this.
But no, I play with a lot of other groups. Horn players have to play with a lot of different groups to stay busy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I work with jazz groups and swing groups and country groups and rock groups and all kinds of groups and stuff. One thing that really struck me recently, I played with this Twickenham Jazz and swing band. It's really cool. They play a lot of old 30s and 40s charts and stuff. And I got to see these really cool old guys come out who are like retired engineers from NASA or Redstone. And these cats can really play. Yeah. You know, and I see many people in the audience, you know, I'll talk to them afterwards and I'll say, oh, yeah, I used to play trombone or I used to play saxophone. It's like, I said, why don't you play it anymore? I said, did you love it? I said, oh, yeah, I really loved it. And I said, why don't you do it anymore? I want more people to keep playing their instruments.
Yes.
To do that. Well said.
It brings
Don't give up.
joy that you can't get from anything.
And even
else.
if you don't do it professionally full time, it can always be a great hobby.
Yeah.
When I was a child and I played in the Huntsville Orchestra, that's where I got my original background and picked up guitar so quickly. I played string instruments. The conductor always had a thing. He told us. He said a bunch of guys get together on the weekend. They play Mozart and Beethoven and all that in their spare time. What's the other thing that they have in common? They're all engineers, because the way music and math works in your brain is actually the same way. A lot of people don't know that. So a lot of musical talent around here of guys you don't even see out.
Yeah,
so.
and there's a lot of open mics. So there's places to get up and share your gift. You don't have to be perfect. Come out, and that's what the open mics are for, to come out and work that muscle. So if you haven't played in a while and you want to come just sit in with a jam session, Mike, there's an open mic at Bar 805 on Tuesday. There's an open mic at Maggie Myers, which you're about to go to in a minute.
That's why we got to wrap this up in a minute.
Yep, he goes every Wednesday night, hosts at Maggie Myers. So get out there and do that. I know I had a trombone player. I just mentioned his old cat. His name's Jerry Cronk, I think. I don't know if
his name's familiar.
Yeah, he plays around here in town, and he was like that, man, because trombonists don't get a lot of solos,
right? And
this guy was good, man. And the first time I ever played with him, I actually played at this Methodist church downtown on a Friday night thing, and the stage sound was so good. And man, he hit that horn. I think we were playing "I Feel Good" by James Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he hit that horn, man. I'm just grinning ear to ear. I love the sound. Anytime there's like a harmonica or a horn or a mandolin or violin or a fiddle. Anytime there's something that you don't hear, and so yeah, if you have a gift or talent, even if you don't do it full time, like just get out there and do it some more.
I mean, that's how
I absolutely love that.
That's how when I moved to Tuscaloosa back in 2010. That's the first thing I asked people: where are the open mics at?
Open mics,
and I would hit them up. It's just like a comedian working out material. Honestly,
yeah,
right. That's it.
Is practice. Anybody even going to like this? So
if you can't do 3 songs at a mic, how are you going to do a gig, right?
So you go and you work it out, and you see how it feels. And if you more than likely, you're going to end up falling in love with it, which is what happened, obviously, with these two guys.
Right.
So I mean, go try it out. Step out of the comfort zone.
Quick plug right there. If you don't know where they're at, huntsvillemusic.com.
Yeah.
That can show you where all the open mics. Also, we're not covering events this week because we're short on time. But huntsvillemusic.com has the events.
Yes.
Go to your Facebook, go through events there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a great calendar of what goes on in the music world every week. Check that out. We wanted to plug a band that had been on here. Do you got that link ready?
I have that link. Let's go ahead and share that.
Wolves of Chernobyl have started like a Kickstarter.
It's a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter campaign to fund their series of EPs. They were on here 2 weeks ago. Really great guys. So they just launched that yesterday, I believe. So we
Shout
want to
out
make
Tyler.
sure to
Yep.
share.
So here's
Shout
the
out
link.
to Tyler. What's up, brother?
So you'll notice the link is called The Arcs of the Wolves of Chernobyl. So the band is Wolves of Chernobyl, but the Arcs, what they're meaning by then is they're going to do a series of EPs instead of doing full albums, but they kind of tell a story and a theme with their band. So what they're doing is a Kickstarter to help them fund getting the series of EPs. So
Yep.
y'all check that link
Definitely
out,
check
and
it
we'll
out.
get him
Check
on
out
a phone call in a
huntsvillemusic.com.
future show too.
Now it's that time of the week. This is your Mike Roberts song of the week.
Hey, I'm Mike Roberts, and this is my song of the week.
It's called Twist of Fate. Just like I'm singing a song to a dead man. I know he hears me, but he don't nod his head. It's just like a parking lot that used to be a monument instead. But I don't understand, and I'm not sure I want to. You see, music is not colors. That's what Jimi Hendrix said. You see, it ain't about black or white, green or red. No, no, no. That's what Jimmy said. I wish he was here to talk to. Yeah, I do. 'Cause it's a simple twist of fate, changes all of us. We don't mind the rain till the lightning strikes, no. The roads we choose might end up dangerous. It's a simple twist of fate, but it changes all of us. I've been working through the pain, strong to hide it the way you do. And you said that on the contrary, you must be weak to do what I do. When you show your weakness, you're strong. But I'm not sure I want to. No, 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 no. Inducing failure seems like fun, but you're locked up at the age of 21. And just relax, it's only overnight. That's what your friend said. He don't understand. That boy don't understand. That it's a simple twist of fate, and it changes all of us. So we don't mind the rain till the lightning strikes, no. The roads we choose might end up dangerous. And it's a simple twist of fate, but it changes all of us. You can listen to your heart, you can listen to your head. Some might end up happy, I think some might end up dead. I won't waste the time. I can't spend a day being worried about, singled out by a simple twist of fate. Child, it's a simple twist of fate, but it changes all of us. We don't mind the rain till the lightning strikes, no. The roads we choose might end up dangerous. And it's a simple twist of fate, but it changes all of us. It's a simple twist of fate, it changes all of us.
Yeah, that was our Mike Roberts song of the week. Shout out to Mike Roberts.
Twist of Fate.
Twist of Fate. So, yeah, check out huntsvillemusic.com. Thank you guys once again. Joe Cagle Band in the house.
This Saturday.
We appreciate you. And
The Camp, 7 to 10, live recording with Spice Radio.
Come on with it.
yes, bring it. Bring it.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Brian?
No, I'm good. If you're good, Mike.
Appreciate you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Cave Sessions, that's a wrap.
Chillin' at Cave Session.